Hey, what's going on, y'all? I hope everybody doing well. I'm coming back to y'all today because I had a conversation with another YouTuber and we got to talking about the text messages. Okay, and I started to go back and watch some of my old videos. And I think that's what I'm gonna start to do, like recap some of them because some of the shit that we was discussing last year, it goes with shit that's going on right now. And one of the things that stood out to me about these text messages, because y'all know I'm still on that fight shit over here, because I believe she was in a fight, and I believe it was huge to this case, and it has everything to do with what happened to her. And one of the text messages that stood out to me was this shit. Remember when, and we'll use their time just to make it easier for everybody to follow along, okay? But during this time, now up here it says 6:20. Like I said, we're gonna use their time. But at 6:20, Kenneka sent a text saying, "I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go." And we all made a big deal about this because my thing is, what was going on with her at that time where she felt the need to call and or text her friends and tell them, hey, look, shit, I'm ready to go. Something was going on. Okay? And we know, or they want us to believe that Kenneka got there at about 1:13. So this text had to come in 7 minutes later at 1:20. And she's telling them she's ready to go. So in 7 fucking minutes after getting there, what happened? Now, y'all know in the beginning there was talk of when Kenneka and them got to the end of the hallway that Bree and them went to the left and Kenneka and them went to the right. Well, Kenneka went to the right. And at first I didn't entertain that, but when you think about it, that may be correct. Because I think that when she sent this text telling them she was ready to go, she was not with them. She wasn't with them. And we discussed that in one of my other videos, but some people were like, oh, I didn't text my friend in the same room, this, that, and the other, because I didn't think they were in the same room. And I still don't think they were in the same room. But whatever was going on at that time, Kenneka felt uncomfortable to the point that she sent this text saying, I'm ready to go. So what happened? Like, I mean, was there people, did she recognize people there that meant her no good? Was it a bitch there, that she had heard on the streets, like this bitch said when she found you, she gonna fight you, she gonna beat you up? Because on site, within 7 minutes, Kenneka was already at the point where she did not want to be there. She felt it. And then not only that, when Kenneka says, I'm ready to go, 38 minutes later, 38 minutes, she got a text back from who we believe to be Shamaya saying, me too. And I said it looked like his dick little. And then some laughing emojis and shit. And when I first saw it, I was like, what? Wait a minute. I was like, it sounded so random. Like, Kenneka didn't say nothing about no dick. Why would your response be that? She ain't said nothing about no dick. So if you read in between the lines, what that told me was Shamaya knew who the fuck she was with. And wherever Kenneka was with some dick. Simple. Simple. And Shamaya knows who she was with. And not only that, the police said that it matched up with Shamaya's statement saying that Kenneka sent that text saying she was ready to go. I'm telling y'all, something was going on then. Something was in the air then. Okay? And not only that, when you look at the police reports, in this report, the police, what's going on right here is one of the officers then got to the scene and then they're given a summary of what happened. Okay? And in this summary, it says Kenneka last had contact with her family at approximately 1:30 on September the 9th. And I know when I first read it, I'm like, well, who did she talk to? What did she say? Because it came about 10 minutes after she sent the text to her little raggedy ass friends talking about she was ready to go. And I think that it came from Lenora. Because when you pull up Lenora's statement, this is what she said. Lenora, because she's the complainant in this report right here, because it says she's the sister of the missing victim, Kenneka Jenkins. It says the complainant states that the last time she had contact with the victim was via text message at about 1:30 on September the 9th. Okay, so then I was like, okay, well, what did she say? That's the part that bothers me. They didn't mention asking Lenora about the text message. But again, it came 10 minutes after she sent her friends the text saying, I'm ready to go. So it all made sense to me. Like some shit was popping off. She didn't text her friends. These motherfuckers ain't responded. Remember, it took 38 minutes for Shamaya to respond and say, yeah, me too. I told you his dick was little. And remember, I told y'all, we need to find this show dick nigga. Because he got something to do with this. But that 1:30 text to the family had me fucked up. And I wanted to know what she said. I want to know what she said. But don't forget this interview right here. Because we got Lenora in her statement saying that there was contact with Kenneka at about 1:30. But then we hear in this interview, listen to this shit.
Were you the one who spoke with your sister at about 1:30 the night before on Saturday morning? Or no? Somebody, one of your family members spoke with her at 1:30, right?
No, I know she left the house at 11:30.
On Friday?
Yeah.
But Saturday morning there was a report that somebody spoke with her, at least knew that she was alive at 1:30 on Saturday morning. Is there any confirmation that you know of from that? Okay.
No, I didn't.
So we're literally looking for what happened from that time until she was found Sunday morning. I mean, nobody really...
That's a long time.
Yeah. Even the interviewer asked her about this 1:30 text. Did y'all see the look on Lenora's face? She like, oh, no, hell no, nah, I ain't talk to her. I know she left the house at 11:30. And it was like, well, in your statement, you said you last talked to her at 1:30 via text. So are you lying in the statement or are you lying in the interview? Because understand this, the statement came first because that statement was when they just thought Kenneka was missing. And Lenora told these motherfuckers that she talked to her sister via text message at 1:30. So again, why would she back away from that? I'm telling you, man, Kenneka was in trouble. She was in trouble because you look at the timeline. Getting there at 1:30. 1:13. 7 fucking minutes later, you saying, I'm ready to go. 10 minutes after that, you call your sister. You reach out to your sister. Kenneka was in trouble, man, and she knew it. She knew it. I mean, that's the only way I can see this. Because we went from these text messages where it's seeming to me that she's in trouble to this shit right here. Y'all understand what I'm saying? She knew she was in trouble, man. She knew it. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments, man. Like, this is really bothering me. Because like I said, the fight has a lot to do with what happened to her. And another thing, if Kenneka was able to send these texts, one to Shamaya at about 1:20, then another one to her sister at about 1:30, it's safe to assume that at least around 1:30, Kenneka still had her phone. It took Shamaya 38 minutes to respond back to her. So are we to assume that Kenneka still had her phone? Because that means it would have been about 1:58, right before 2 o'clock. So at what point did they get her phone? Because even Irene told us that they were using Kenneka's phone for the Bluetooth and all this other extra shit. When did y'all get her phone? Okay? That's what I want to know. When did they get the phone? It's just, it's a lot of fuckery going on, man. And we know that, but we're going to have to break that shit down piece by piece. But ain't no doubt in my mind that Kenneka knew she was in trouble. She knew it. What y'all think? Y'all let me know in the comments, man. And I'll be back.